It's Moser Monday, and it's time for another Petey's Puck Talk. Here we go. Let's take a deep dive into JJ Moser, and let's start right off with the draft. Let's go to the 2021 NHL entry draft where he became an Arizona Coyotes. And do you know what? Since that draft, he is first in the National Hockey League by games by a defenseman with 125. Owen Power, who was picked first overall, is second. And there are 14 defensemen that were drafted ahead of JJ Moser that have yet to play one NHL game. 14 defensemen. He's second in total games played behind Columbus's Cole Sillinger. First in points by defensemen, drafted in 2021 with 46. And he's third overall in points by any player drafted in 2021 behind Matty Beniers. Heard of him?
Yep.
And Mason McTavish of a high scoring player for the Anaheim Ducks. He is third in points by players in that draft. Just to give you an idea of how quickly his career has progressed as a young player.
Especially as a defenseman.
Next is his time on ice. This number shocked me. He was first in total ice time for all players on the Arizona Coyotes last season. Second place was Clayton Keller with minutes behind him, 25 minutes behind him. He's third in total ice per game time on ice, behind only Chychrun and Gostisbehere, who played more minutes per game. And he's 34th in time on ice for all NHL defensemen. And I know 34th, well, that's a long way down. Well, there's 32 teams, and he's 34th. Drew Doughty was first. Like, we're talking, these guys aren't 23-year-old kids playing the kind of minutes he's playing. So just to give you an idea of the kind of minutes he has logged as a 23-year-old kid is unbelievable. So that's where he starts. Now, why? So let's look at why, and it starts with his defending. So one of the skills he has and makes him such a good defender is his speed. We talked about how quick he is, and he can skate forwards quickly, backwards quickly, and he is one-on-one. And we'll see some of the players he goes one-on-one against. He is absolutely elite. When you watch this slide, and again, if you're listening, YouTube might be a better option right now, because on this play, you're going to see Daniel Sprong from the Seattle Kraken make a play up the ice, and we call this surfing, where you're skating forwards as a defender and skating forward instead of skating backwards. He turns, opens up his hips, pivots, and he closes off Daniel Sprong. And not only does he close him off and pinch him off, he gains possession of the puck. His ability to angle the player off, no matter, he's 175 pounds, but he's not huge.
Nope.
But his technique is phenomenal at edging a player off. Here's another one, and this time it's Oliver Bjorkstrand. This happens to be, again, from Seattle. One-on-one foot race with Oliver Bjorkstrand, who is a very quick and speedy player. As they get down the ice, doesn't give him a lane, doesn't allow Bjorkstrand to get to the net, has to hold up, pull up, and eventually get pushed off the puck by Moser, again, because of that one-on-one speed. Now, it's ironic that these clips happen to be all against Seattle for this particular
This is
thing.
what they're showing in their team meetings next time they play the Coyotes.
This is Jared McCann, led the team in scoring, one of their best players. He has a step on JJ Moser off of the faceoff, and by the blue line, he's almost caught him. By the other blue line, he's ahead of him, and before he gets an opportunity to shoot, JJ Moser's got a stick on puck, broken up the play, and there is no offensive opportunity. His ability to catch players between the blue lines is elite. And when I say elite, I don't want to exaggerate. It is elite. Like, these are really talented players that he was able to catch using his speed. So speed is one of his greatest assets. Second is his stick. Phenomenal stick work, like exceptional stick work. And we talk about stick work with a defenseman being able to get stick on puck. One of the things that can happen is if they lunge, you're beat. If you lunge as a defenseman, it means you push your arm forward, you're off balance, and a player can go around you, especially the high talented players in this league. But his ability to get stick on puck off of the rush and against, again, very quick and speedy players, his ability to get stick on puck. Here's two examples off of the rush where he's able to kill the rush, just stick on puck. And on the bottom, that's Elias Pettersson, from the Vancouver Canucks, one-on-one. Sticks with him. He's quick enough. His stick gets in the lane, and Pettersson fires it into his stick, and it goes into the stands. Again, his stick work is phenomenal. Very, very difficult to get around him one-on-one. You're going to see another thing that makes him so good defensively is anticipation. Because he is so quick and his ability to move his feet so well, he can anticipate a play and get on top of it and smother it before it even starts. Here's a play against the San Jose Sharks where he's on the blue line. He sees the defenseman has the puck on the other end of the ice, but he knows where the pass is coming. He's able to jump on that player immediately when he receives the puck. And again, it's stick on puck, and he poke checks it off, and he's got the puck. It happens so quickly because of his ability to skate and close those gaps quickly. You see it again, anticipation. He's way back on the blue line. The puck's a long way away, and all the way down in the offensive zone for the Coyotes. But he anticipates that pass, and he jumps the pass, meaning as soon as he feels that puck's going, he jumps it with his quick feet, stick on puck, and he allows Christian Fischer to go back the other way quickly. So his anticipation, his speed, and his stick allow him to be a really strong defender. But all of these things lead up to why he's so good. You look at a neutral zone gap. This league is fast. You talk about getting through the neutral zone quickly. Because he is so strong on his feet and he's so quick on his skates, he can tighten that gap. What does that mean? He means the player he is defending, he can get really close to that player. Now, we talked about Adrian Aucoin back in those days of 2012. Adrian was slower. So Adrian gave up a bigger gap, knowing, hey, I can't catch up with these guys. I'm not fast enough. And when you give a bigger gap, you're going to give up opportunities. With JJ Moser closing the gap before that player even has the puck, you're giving up so many fewer opportunities off the rush. So his ability to close that gap in the neutral zone makes him, again, an elite defender. And you're going to see this here again. His ability, even when the puck's at the red line, he's able to get up quickly, tighten gaps. And again, you see on this clip, again, against Seattle, he's got such a good stick that players aren't able to get offensive zone opportunities against him. This one is one of my favorite pictures. I wish I could show this on a video. This is the Edmonton Oilers. He literally, Dave Tippett used to have a saying in the room, everybody get your man, good guys take two. So JJ Moser on this rush, it was a read of the rush. He's actually able to defend two Edmonton Oilers at the same time, one with a stick and one with his hand. And he actually kills this play along the wall because he is so good at stick on puck, breaks up the play before it even gets to the offensive zone. One of the things I was concerned about was his ability to box out. We talk about stopping the opposing team from getting to the front of the net and getting scoring opportunities from the front of the net. He's 175 pounds. He's a slight kid that will only continue to grow. But we talk about his defensive technique. He is stick on puck. He gets under stick of the players, and he beats them to the spot. Rick Tocchet used to talk about players need to beat your opponent to a spot and then just hold that spot. Moser, again, with his speed, can get to those box outs quickly, and he takes away the opponent's stick. So even though he'll get stronger, he is very good at boxing players out in front of the net. And in the defensive zone, your goal is to get plays stopped. Don't allow teams to get active in your zone, make passes, and move around your zone and create opportunities. You can see Moser in front of the net covering the Seattle Kraken player, but as the other defenseman loses the check, he immediately releases his man. He is so quick at reacting and getting on the puck, stick on puck, and we call it pinning the player to the boards. He pushes the player to the boards. He holds stick on one side, arm on the other side. That player can't move. This allows the Coyote player to pick up the puck and go out the other way. His ability to stop a puck with bigger, stronger players, it is all about technique. His ability to pin players against the wall and stop the play. Here it is again. Chicago, he goes so far in this play. That's a huge play from the front of the net to the wall. Anticipate it, quick feet, stick on puck, and then all he has to do is pin his player. Pins his player to the wall. He doesn't worry about the puck. Let somebody else worry about the puck. I got the player. So here in this instance, it allows the Coyote forward to come in behind and pick up the puck. So his ability to stop plays in the defensive zone makes him an incredibly talented defender. Here's one more against Dallas where he gets a stop. Anticipates it. Arm on one side, stick on the other. By the way, that technique can draw penalties. Just throwing it out there. I know Rick Tocchet hated defensemen with a free hand. But again, he pins the Dallas player, can't move, allows his teammate to come in and pick up the puck. And here is one thing to watch when the season starts, and this is why he might end up being a top pair, is he plays against the best players on the other team. When the Edmonton Oilers throw out Connor McDavid, JJ Moser is jumping over the boards. And here you can see, look how quick he can get to the front of the net. This is Connor McDavid. He is the fastest player along with McKinnon in the National Hockey League. JJ Moser beats him to the puck and is able to get the puck up the wall before McDavid can even get there. So you want him on the ice against the best players on the ice. Here he is against McDavid one-on-one. Again, he's able to stay in front of him, stick on puck, and put the puck into the plexiglass. McDavid doesn't skate around him. He can't get around and drive the net. His hips turn and he deflects the puck into the stands. Here he is against McKinnon. He's on the ice. Same thing. His ability to skate backwards and stick on puck. Here he is against Roope Hintz, Dallas Stars' fastest player. Again, backs up, stick on puck, breaks the play up right at the blue line. Here he is against Trevor Zegras, again, one of the most talented, skilled players in the league. This time he's skating forwards. We talk about surfing through the neutral zone so he can skate forwards. He ends up shifting backwards, and again, Stick on puck, drives Zegras to the corner. So when you see the best players in the National Hockey League on the ice, expect to see J.J. Moser on the ice as well. Penalty killing. Elite penalty killer. And one of the things he does, all of the things he does 5-on-5, he does on the penalty kill. Blue line entries, stick on puck, pushes guys to the wall, stops the play dead before it even gets in the zone. Here's 2 examples of it again. Here's one against Chicago. Stick on puck, dumps the puck the other end of the ice. His anticipation and his ability to move quickly. This is you're going to see in the next slide. He gets, again, it's Connor McDavid coming around the horn. He anticipates it, gets out, able to block the pass across where it's that tap into Draisaitl. He's able to get low and block that pass. He's so aggressive. And most defensemen won't take a play from the front of the net all the way to the wall, but you're going to see here against Kyle Connor all the way to the wall on the penalty kill. And again, his stick is in a lane, so Connor can't make a play. He's such an effective penalty killer because of his speed and his stick. And he blocks shots, and he eats a lot of shots. Here you're going to see several pictures of him on the power play, getting down on the knee, sacrificing his body, willing to take and block shots. Now we're going to talk about his offensive zone. Things might change a little bit here. In the offensive zone, the first thing he does is he defends in the offensive zone. So one of the things he does extremely well in the offensive zone is he's able to hold the blue line. When the other team is trying to break out, his speed and quickness, again, tight gap in the offensive zone. So he's able to hold that blue line and keep the puck in the offensive zone for longer and able to get more offensive opportunities because he's able to hold the puck in the offensive zone. You're going to see it again here. Vancouver's breaking out 3-on-1 against J.J. Moser, but he's able to tighten the gap, stick on puck, keep the puck in the zone, and give the Coyotes another opportunity to get a chance on the net. Here he is again. That's a long way for a defenseman to go, all the way down to the top of the circle, but he's so quick, skates so well, anticipates it, breaks up the play before San Jose can break out of the zone again for more time in the offensive zone. His shot, now we're going to start going in another direction. Good shot. He was 6th in shots per game by defensemen on the Coyotes last year. Doesn't shoot much. His shots per game total is very low. Here he has a good shot where he ends up getting a goal and he scores. We talk about not taking many, but he's 2nd in shooting percentage. He trailed only Gostisbehere in shooting percentage from the back end. This season, he's going to have to take a step to shoot the puck more often. And now we're going to start getting into one more offensive zone thing. I'm sorry. With offensive zone, he's really quick. We talk about his speed and his active O-zone, especially with Schmaltz and Keller, how they move so much in the offensive zone. Moser's so quick, and he's able to find areas in the ice, move around, beat his opponent there. And here's another goal he scored off of being active in the offensive zone on a pass he receives from Keller, 1 time at the top of the net. So he can shoot. He just needs to do it more often. Now it's time for his improvements. I'm not hard on this kid. He's 23. And I put the disclaimer on the slide. He's 23. He's a 23-year-old kid that's still fighting his way. And it's not completely his fault. And I'll tell you why. So let's look at the first thing is his puck movement. The puck movement in this end, here he is on a breakout play on his forehand. Center is low and slow. He makes a perfect pass, tape to tape, and the Coyotes are able to get out of the zone because he's on his forehand. He does such a nice job on his forehand. Unfortunately, last season, he played on the right side as a left-hand defenseman. In the early days, he was playing with Valimaki on the right. Then he played with Nemeth, and he played on the right-hand side. And this is where he struggles. And he reminds me of Hjalmarsson in the defensive zone. So here he is on playing the right side as a left-handed defenseman, trying to break out. We showed how good he is when he has time to turn it and get it on his forehand. These 2 plays, they look like the same play, but they're different. He's on his backhand, and if he was on his forehand right now, he would see the ice better. He would be able to make that play to the inside or in the lower slide, make that play behind the net because he is on his forehand facing up ice. But because he's on his backhand and his shoulders turns to the middle of the ice, he throws the puck away. And he doesn't take time and manage the puck to try to turn it to his forehand and make a better play. He swats at it on his backhand, and he turns the puck over a lot in the defensive zone, especially on breakout plays.
And this is something you explained to me over the weekend that I didn't fully understand. Yeah.
And now you see the picture of it. If he's on his forehand right now, the puck is facing the middle of the ice. Now he can make that tape-to-tape pass, even to the weak side defenseman, which is a dangerous pass, but you can make it because he can see it. Now let's look at him in the offensive zone on his backhand. Here he is on the right defense as a left defenseman here. To get the puck off of the wall, you have to go to your backhand. Now your back is facing the middle of the ice. You can't make that pass to your teammate, to your partner on the blue line. It's really, really hard. And Nicholas Hjalmarsson was a defensive defenseman that couldn't be relied on to make this play to Oliver Ekman-Larsson. They wanted to pair them together, but he couldn't make this pass in the offensive zone to Oliver Ekman-Larsson, so he couldn't play with them.
Yep.
And here's Moser. He's stuck. There's nothing he can do from this backhand position except throw the puck away back into the zone, which is exactly what happened. He ended up turning the puck over here. I think with the addition of all these right-hand defensemen, you're going to see him getting on the other side of the ice, which is definitely going to help. But here he is. The other thing he doesn't do is he doesn't take time with the puck. And I think that is because he's still young and his puck movement. He doesn't take time to assess the situation. The puck gets on his stick, and it's a flip pass where he just takes it and he flips it over everybody. Instead of making a pass tape to tape or looking for a better play or even holding the puck and bringing the puck back to make a play, he quickly just throws it. And you'll see how many times he just flips the puck out to the neutral zone. Same thing Hammer did. Hjalmarsson would throw the puck out to the neutral zone just to defend, and I'll live another day. Here he is on the top plays on his backhand, so he feels he has no other play but to throw it away. In the second slide, he is playing on the left side. He has time to make the play. You can see right there, the winger, it's 24. Who's 24? I don't even know who 24 is. I've got to get back in my rhythm here. Was that Mackey? Was 24? Playing on the right side?
No, wasn't Mackey like 5?
The two might have been 12. Kesselring was 5.
Yeah.
But the play is right there. It's an easy tape-to-tape pass to the forward skating right in front of him. But instead, he flips it over everyone, and it's a turnover. So he's got to get to be more patient with the puck.
24 McBain?
And you're going to see... He's 22. You're going to see plays under pressure. See it with the play right here is to Krause. Quick play up the wall to Krause. It's tape to Krause. That's the play. He's open instead, flips it over everybody. The Dallas defenseman picks the puck up at the red line, and they attack again, and they defend more. You're going to see, again, puck under pressure. He just has to learn to calm down and be confident with the puck, and I think that happens over time.
Yeah,
Here's just a middle. He throws the puck up the middle of the ice to San Jose, and on the bottom, instead of making a quick play, because, again, he's on his backhand, he keeps eating the puck, and ultimately he turns the puck over along the wall. But if that's his only limitation, I do think he will increase and get better because he is going to play on the left side. And we talked about playing with either Durzi or Dumba. The Dumba pair is interesting to me because that not only is you're going to add some offense with Dumba, but that is your number one defending pair. Like that pair is jumping over the boards in every situation to play against the best players. So I see that pair being very solid together. That's your number one pair. They can defend very well. And then Durzi jumps over with Valimaki. That's an offensive zone start for me. Even if it ends up being Durzi, I do like him better on the left side. And I think you're going to see his offensive game flourish. He's 23. And we talked about there was only one player that played regular last season that was younger. And it was Matias Maccelli by only 4 months. And defense is much harder to play than offense for a young player coming into the game. And I compare him and his game to the way a young Teppo Numminen played.
Wow.
Where he could go into the corner with his stick work and the way he defended. And I did ask some people in the organization, did they see it too? And they saw that I just wanted to make sure I wasn't crazy. But there were people that saw his skating stride, his ability to close plays off in the corner and defend the front of the net, even at his size and stature. And that is today's Monday Moser Monday, and another Petey's Puck Talk.